All right, so now that the foundation and the joists are all set and finished, it is all ready for boards. Now, the type of boards that we're going to be using on this deck are hemlock boards. They're 1 inch. Now, these are fresh. They were just cut down not too long ago, so they are still green. Have available to us, and this is what we have available. What I'm doing to prep these is I'm going to go ahead and cut a 90-degree end on it, and then I'm going to sand the edges, very similar to what I did on the 2x6s, and that is really mainly to get rid of these little pieces here, which are a result of the milling process. So once we've sanded all the edges down, then I'll basically just brush it off, and I am setting them down and getting them ready for staining, because we're going to also stain those as well. I want to protect this as much as I possibly can, given the tools and the materials that I have available to me. So that said, I've already done a few. We're going to finish these up, and then we're going to get to staining them. Then we're going to get a few boards on our deck. Well, everything takes longer than it's supposed to. So we finally got all of the boards cut and cleaned. We're going to start staining these first, and then we'll stain those. Once that dries, we'll get it up on the frame. I'll lay out more boards, stain those, and just keep doing that until I get all the boards stained and installed on the deck. Yeah, that took quite a while, actually. I was a little surprised at how long it took me to do that. But it is all done, and I'm hoping that I've got enough. I think I have enough. There were some boards I didn't like, so I kind of kicked those out. But I think I should have enough. If I don't have enough, I'll just call my neighbor. He'll cut me up some more. So, all right. Well, let's get to staining and get this deck done. Now, typically you would want to leave a space or a gap in between your boards. However, this is green wood, and as such, we're going to actually be putting these things not tightly together, but up and butt them up against the next one. The reason we're going to do that is these are going to shrink a little bit, and when they shrink, we'll have a natural gap in between each board. That's really what we're looking for. Well, we have a beautiful morning here this morning. Unfortunately, it's not going to last. It is expected to rain pretty bad, and it's supposed to last well over a week. So the plan today is to try to get the rest of the deck here wrapped up. I've got to finish putting tape on the top of these beams here. And then, you know, obviously I got to get the boards on. My plan is to get the deck portion finished, and then, you know, it's going to rain. And then once we start getting some better weather, then we'll start working on the walls and the roof on this thing. But we got some clouds up there, and it's going to get worse. So I gotta get this, I gotta put the phone down and get to work. One of the problems I'm having is that when I try to line these up, you can see that there's a gap right here. It's touching at that end, but as I come down here, this is the end that's going to get cut. But you can see how it's kind of winged out here. So I've got to cut this little piece off here. Now later I'm going to string this all the way down, and I'll cut all the ends off. But I need to get this board closer to this one. So I'm going to have to cut this off right here just so I can get this board into place. Now I've already looked, these here, this one's not so bad, but this one, I don't know if you can tell or not on the camera, but like this one here comes straight and then it gets kicked out right here. So I'm going to have to cut this one off too. So we'll cut those off, and that way I can line them up better. All right, so as of right now, we've got all of our deck boards on. Now, I haven't put this board on yet because I still have to build out the stairs. I'm not sure yet exactly how I want to do that, but I think for now, until I can figure that out, we're going to leave that end board off, just because I need to be able to work along that face. And then once I figure out how I'm going to do that, then I'll go ahead and put that last piece on there. But for all intents and purposes, the deck portion is built. It's done. The last thing I have to do now, I've already gone ahead and made my chalk line. Now I just have to go through and cut all the ends off. is officially done. I've got it completely built and ready for walls and a roof. Unfortunately, it's supposed to rain for quite a few days, so this project is officially on hold now until such time as I have a few days that I can build the walls and the roof to it. So, oh yeah, and the stairs. So right now it is just about getting things cleaned up. I'm not going to bore you with that, but I just want to say that this was a fun project and it was a great experience because, you know, we're going to be building another porch here next year. And basically, assuming this porch is going to last through the winter, we're not going to have too much frost heave, things like that, then that design is going to be built on the front here. And the long-term overall goal is really to have the front porch here, a side porch in the front of the cabin, and then the back porch all wrapped around and you know, hooked together. So yeah, we wanted to do the back porch first though, because that gets used the most, and the additional benefit of having the back porch done is the fact that up along the edge here is going to be all of our cook wood, so all of our biscuit wood. So the roof line will actually come to where that 2x4 is, and then everything under here will be where we keep all of our biscuit wood. So stay tuned for that video because it's going to be an awesome video. It's going to be an awesome build. I've got my design. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to this, but my design is written on the 2x6. Oh, you gotta love it. All right, well, that's it for this video. I really hope you folks enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more builds this summer. We've got a lot going on. All right, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you folks on the next video.